Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO BIONICLE video. For today guys, I have a awesome, beautiful, powerful, beastly mock for you all. As you all know in the description guys, you should know what it is by now. It is the Generation 2 Makuta Teridax. So guys, you may be thinking to yourselves, why did I create a G2 Makuta Teridax? Well guys, because I'm awesome. No, that's not the reason why. Well, because, you know, we have the likes of the Shadow Titan, we have the Brawler, we have the Overlord, and those are great G2 Titan sets, but, you know, why not recreate a G1 set in the G2 world? And, you know, I don't think there's any BioTuber out there that's ever done that. You know, I've never seen a G2 Makuta Teridax. And so I kind of challenged myself and said, hey, okay, that's it. I'm gonna try give it a go. And oh, guys, it required a lot of planning, a lot of fixing, a lot of taking off parts and putting on parts. Oh, it was a long process. I almost gave up, but I kept going and I pulled through, and here it is guys. And yes, there is a custom paint job on the set with some of the pieces, just because I wanted to make them more black, more evil, more shadowy, and more dark. But I guess at the end of the day, the whole point was that, you know, I wanted to create the G1 Teridax and see what he would look like in the G2 world, because obviously, you know, we never got to see what he would look like, and it's unfortunate that we had to move from G1 to, you know, straight away to G2. But that's alright, you know guys, I guess I can just be creative, think imaginative, and this is what I've kind of come up with. And yeah, I really hope you will enjoy this guys. It did take me a while to build, and yeah, I have to say, as mentioned, I really love how I've created this. Custom paint job, everything going on there. But with that said guys, I hope you do enjoy this, and what we're going to do is guys, we're going to start off with the leg build, and then we'll work our way up towards the top. So guys, I'll be honest with you all, the part that lacks the most detail is the legs. The leg build isn't really that good, to be honest. I didn't really want to follow off the leg structure build of the Makuta Teridax and the Brawler and the Overlord as well. I don't know, I just didn't seem to it didn't really seem to go well with the look of the Teridax, so I kind of kept it simple, plain. I've added in some, you know, you can see there's some 8-rib armor shells there, and I've also just added in those kind of like gunmetal shoulder armor pieces that you typically have with Tahu. I added those in because they looked pretty cool as well, just to cover up the knee pieces. Now if you look up towards the upper leg there, you can also see I've custom painted some external armor shells there, and I've used if you can just see those armor shells in the back there as well, they kind of have that pointed out look, not the standard armor shells that you do have. So I added those gunmetal pieces in as well, just to cover up his legs, just because a lot of his leg pieces are kind of bare. So I did that. I thought it would be a great idea, and it really covers well the legs there. And of course you can also see there guys, which I completely forgot to show, it was kind of bent inwards so you couldn't really see it well. I kind of gave him a tail as well, similar to the Brawler and the Shadow Titan Makuta. Now as mentioned, I kind of had to follow off a theme similar to the Brawler and the Shadow Titan, just because it goes so well. I did add in my own uniqueness to the sets, don't get me wrong guys, I didn't just reference everything from the Brawler and the Shadow Titan, so don't get it wrong guys, okay? Because I know you guys may think that I have, but I haven't. Anyway, as you can see there, some pieces there, I've kind of added in the flames there, except they are in the shadowy look. So if you imagine shadow flames, that's exactly what I've tried to portray there. I thought it'd be a great idea to add to the Makuta Teridax. I love it. You can also see the gunmetal armor shell there that's kind of sticking out there. I've added that in as well. Typically we know that with the Overlord, with the Shadow Titan, it's gold. Here I've used the gunmetal. So technically a lot of the pieces here are black, gunmetal, and a bit of gray. I honestly, those three colors just go so well with the Teridax. And as mentioned, I just try to reference quite a bit from the original Makuta Teridax. So moving right on up, you can see there I've also added in some, I guess some shadow trap looking pieces there. Now this is kind of meant to be a shadow skirt, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So these pieces can move up and down, as you just saw there. That piece there can move. It's just practically meant to cover the upper thigh of his body, or his leg, sorry. The reason why I added those in, yeah, it's just mainly to fill in. You can also see there is a pin axle holder that's kind of sticking out. I didn't know what I could add there. If you guys do know what I can add, let me know in the comments below, because I honestly try to think of some things, but nothing was coming into mind, to be honest. It was a really big shame that I couldn't think of anything, so I kind of had to leave it as it was. So as mentioned guys, there is the shadow skirt. Now just to show you quickly, now I'm going to have to move away from the camera. I hope you guys can hear me well, but you can see that this can move up and down. Now I added those in just because it looked really cool. So this is kind of meant to be a shadow skirt. This whole thing here is meant to be a shadow skirt, and I really like it. Of course, at the end of the day, it was also meant to be used as a filler, just to cover up some pieces and just to cover up the torso as well, so then there aren't any exposed parts. So now looking at the leg build from behind, you can see I haven't done anything at all. It's unfortunate guys, I know it does lack quite a bit at the back, but I couldn't really think of anything else I could really do. You know, I could have added in some other features to it, but I was limited with quite a few pieces, and I don't know, I just couldn't really get anything out of my head to make the legs look a lot better. Anyway guys, you can see that I've also added in some size 4 gunmetal armor shells, and I've added in those spikes there at the back. Those are kind of meant to portray as kind of like shadow, you know, like shadow flames, but not flames, like shadow spike flames. A shadowy, gassy look. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. But anyway, moving right on up, you can also see that I've added in, so as we all know with the G1 Teridax, he has blades that are kind of sticking out from the back of his legs. That's exactly what I've done here. I've used the Gali pieces, if you guys do recognize them, but it's a great touch, and that's the reason why I added them there. They look really good, and at the end of the day, just try to replicate the G1 Makuta Teridax there. And as we move on up towards the top, the upper part of the body, you can see I've also used one of the creature's headpieces, and I've spray painted in the black there. It's just added as a filler there, just to cover the back, because I didn't know what else I can add in the back, to be honest. I don't know why I couldn't really add anything else. Now not only that, you can also see there just behind the creature head, I've also added in some tail pieces there, as kind of used as skirt pieces as well, just to add in some fillers in the back. But overall, that's the whole, I guess, 360 of the back and the front of the legs, as well as the skirt armor there. So here's just to show you another angle of the back there. As you can see there, I honestly think it looks great. I know obviously things can be changed, but I just prefer to keep it the way it is. But if you guys do see anything that I can change and modify, I'll definitely do it for you all. Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely take a look on how I can improve it. Now of course, you can see in the back there guys, I use these standard typical blades there from the likes of the Shadow Titan Makuta and the Brawler Makuta. I added those in, except I flipped them the other way around because I really wanted the blades to protrude outwards a bit more, and I thought it looked great, to be honest, with the set. Just because, you know, there are elemental looks of, you know, blades sticking out from him everywhere, I thought I would add that in. Now not only that, this thing has a gear function as well. Of course, you can see it there guys for yourself, and I'll definitely show you that later on. You can also see I've added in some shadow trap armor pieces kind of in the back there, just used as fillers there as well, just to kind of, you know, not leave him, you know, I guess a bit bare at the top of his body there. So that's the reason why I added those in. I think it looks nice. And just to quickly mention, because I forgot to, I used a size 8 rib armor shell there in the back, just to use as a filler as well. Now looking at the arms there guys, you can see that I've kind of, you know, it's a very different to the Brawler Makuta and the Shadow Titan. I've added in some blade looking armor pieces there in the back for him. I thought it looked well. Oh, sorry about the camera guys. I thought it looked really great with the set. Now unfortunately I wanted this to be in the gunmetal, but I couldn't find any. I didn't have any on me, so I had to stick with light gray. These are commonly found from the likes of I think Liwa, the Master of Jungle. So that's the, yeah, I couldn't really do much about those, so that's that. Now you can also see I've added in a tail piece there, kind of like a nice little sharp piece just sticking out from his elbows there. I thought that would be a nice touch, and yeah, I just honestly think that it looks great. So a lot of his elemental themes kind of look like shadowy, sharp. You know, it's just kind of those elements I try to add into him, just because they go so well. You know, when you have something sharp, shadowy, you kind of get my idea guys. That's what I'm trying to portray. I really like it. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you all think. So here's just to show you another angle. Here is the left arm, as you can see there. Now, same thing applies, no different at all. I've also added in, as you can see there guys, a external armor shell there attached onto his forearm, and then I've added in a blade which protrudes forward towards his hand, kind of like a Wolverine blade there. I thought it'd be a nice elemental touch, and I think it looks really, really great there, you know, adding a bit of sharpness and of course spikiness to his look. So now looking onto the side of his body there, you can see that I've attached on some more filler armor shells there. Now they are held in, as you can see there. Those are typically found from the Brawler Makuta. I added those in because they go so well. I love the shape of them, and it kind of gives them that V look to make him massive and big, kind of like a bodybuilder, but at the same time making him slim by adding in the shadow skirt. So that looks pretty cool there, and I've also added in, as you can see there as well, some shadow traps just shadow trap shoulder piece attached on, oh, not really attached on, but they're kind of like intertwined together. So let me just show you an idea of what I mean. So it's kind of like intertwined like that, and I think it looks pretty cool there. Let me know, guys, what you all think. And then, of course, guys, here is the front. As you can see, this is the main body part. I've used the large chest piece there, and I've spray painted it in the matte black color there, as mentioned, to give off that beautiful black shadowy look. And there you can see is the shadow skirt there. I know it may not look like a skirt to you, but in all honesty, I try to portray that it was meant to be a shadow skirt, because at the end of the day, a shadow skirt isn't meant to be large. It's a shadow skirt, right, guys? A battle skirt is different because, you know, they're much bigger, much more bulkier, exactly like the Shadow Titan Makuta. That's not what I wanted to portray here with the Makuta Teridax. I wanted him to stay slim, but have these elemental shadowy looks to him, and I hope it looks great to you all, but I honestly think it's great. I know it can be improved, but yeah, I don't know, it just looks cool. So there, as mentioned, is the chest piece there, and of course I've attached on some armor shells, size 4 armor shells on each side, just to use as fillers. And then, as mentioned, I told you about how the shadow trap is kind of intertwined with the armor shell there sticking out, so you can see it there for yourself. I thought it would be a great idea. Now they can also move, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So just to move away from the camera again, so, oops, sorry about that. So there you can see, guys, it's moving, and then that's how it's meant to be intertwined, and they kind of connect inwards just like so. So here is just more detail to the arm build. Now you can see that I've used the 2015 torso pieces for the TOA. I've also added in the external armor shells here. These are in gold, but I spray painted them in the black matte color there, as mentioned, to give them that black look. And then of course you can see the blades in the back as well. Now if I flip them around, hopefully he doesn't do the splits on me, because that's what all these sets do. There we go, that's better. So now you can see the back, guys, and as mentioned, there is the blade that's attached onto the back of his arm there, and of course there is the tail piece there, just an added feature because I thought it looked pretty cool. And then of course the awesome thing about this set as well is this cool blade here, which you can kind of, oh no, you can't swivel. I thought you could swivel it. I swear I was able to swivel it before. Maybe I couldn't. Anyway, so here it is. I know you might be thinking, oh, he doesn't even know his own set. But anyway, so there is the blade, as you can see there. A nice little touch to add on to the hands there. I thought it looked pretty cool, and you know, just why not? Look at that, guys. Just check that out. That looks pretty cool. Don't you think it looks pretty cool? I think it does, to be honest. So finally, guys, the last thing to show you before I get into the articulation of the set is, of course, the awesome and almighty Staff of Shadows, his primary weapon that he does have. Now, the thing is, though, I didn't want to make this weapon fancy or, you know, crazy. I just wanted to keep it real and original, just like in the G1 Makuta Teridax's weapon. So that's what I did there. You can see I've kind of just added in this little touch to it, you know, because why not? You can move it, you know, which is pretty cool as well. I thought I'd kind of add that in as a feature. So just using black tail pieces there. Pretty cool stuff, pretty standard as well. Now if I kind of just zoom in there for you all, you can also see I've just attached on those connector pieces there, just to obviously extend the weapon and to make it a bit longer than what it should. And then of course you can also see here the blades. Of course, that's the most important part of the weapon, and these are typically found from the Master of Ice Kopaka. These are just his blades here, just spray painted them in the black. They look so good with this set, just because at the end of the day, we all know with the Staff of Shadows, it is just a simple weapon, but it is a powerful weapon. That's exactly what I've done here, except I've just spray painted it in the black there, as you all know. I don't know why I paused there, but anyway, so there you can see, guys, the weapon. I think it looks great. Let me know, guys, what you all think in the comments below of this beastly weapon. I know it's pretty plain to you all, but I really, really like it. It just goes well with the overall look of my own mock Teridax. Okay, so now looking at articulation before I wrap up the video. So standard articulation in the feet. I don't really need to show you guys that, but you can, you know, move the feet left, right, and center. There's nothing really there that's really hindering any movement. Oh, you can also see a black Borok piece there. I forgot to mention that. I added that in. I know I should add another one on the other side, but I don't know. I just left it as it was. Anyway, so here is the knee articulation there, so you can get some good articulation. So if you really want to pose it, you know, hold it up somewhere, maybe get like a stand for it, would be great. And of course you can lift it back up, but you can't really move it any more forward just because of this armor shell here. Of course you have standard leg articulation, just depends on what you do with the shadow trap part of the shadow skirt there. So if you want to move it up, you want to move it down, it's really up to you. And that's how, it really depends on how you can really move the leg. Of course, you also have articulation in the tail there. You can just move that standardly up and down as well. No different at all, even side to side. Of course, you want to pose it straight, dead center, so then it looks nice when you do pose it. Not only that, you also have articulation in some part of the skirt there, so that's kind of like the blades pit that you can articulate as well. So the same thing on the other side. You can also articulate it. This is just a fixated armor shell there, as you can see. So moving right on up, guys, looking at articulation in the shoulders. So as mentioned, guys, you can kind of move this, and they are kind of intertwined, as I did mention that before. Now that's the only thing you can really articulate in the upper half of the body. Then of course, typically you can just articulate the head, you know, move it around however you want. Left, right, center. So now just to show you the arm articulation, you know, you can get some reasonable articulation with the whole arm. Can't get as much just because you have these pads here that are in the way, or the shoulder armor pieces, but you can move it back, you can move it forward. Of course, you can get some good elbow articulation there, which is nice, of course. And then of course you also have the articulation in the hand. You can move the hand, but because I'm holding the set, it is quite hard to do it with one hand, but you get the idea, guys. It does work, so that is definitely a good thing. And guys, moving on to the back now, the final thing to show you, of course, is the gear function. Now this is just exactly like the Brawler and the Shadow Titan, so it does work, don't get me wrong. Like it doesn't fully work, just because, like as mentioned, you have these armor shells in the front here, the shoulder armor shells, which can be in the way, so you can't really get as much movement. But hey, I'm happy with it. You can still get some reasonable articulation and gear functioning there in the arms. Last thing what I can do is just to show you the Mask of Ultimate Power on this beast, but that is pretty much it. If you guys do want me to do a comparison video with the other 3 Makuta models, let me know, guys, and smash that thumbs up button so then I know. If we can even reach 40 likes, that's right guys, even 40 likes, I'll definitely go ahead and do a comparison video with my own BIONICLE MOC here of the Makuta Teridax. Wow, check that out, guys. The Mask of Ultimate Power on my Makuta Teridax MOC there. I think it looks great. Let me know in the comments below what you all think of it, guys. Here is also just a close-up. I know it's quite far away from the camera there, but here's a zoom in of the set with the Mask of Ultimate Power there. Let me know, guys, what you all think of it. Oh man, I think this is a great set. I could even do a let's build on this in the future if you guys really want me to, but for now, first things first, let me know if you want me to do a comparison with the other Makuta models. And just to quickly show you, here is the gold version, and guys, let's be honest, it doesn't look that good. Nowhere near as good as the black version of the Mask of Ultimate Power there. It just doesn't stand out. It's just the only thing that is literally lighting up the set. And let's be honest, come on, we can't add gold to a dark, evil villain such as the Makuta Teridax. So there, guys, as you can see, is the other version of the Kanohi Kraken on the G2 Makuta Teridax MOC. I have to say it looks really good with the set, just like the first version. It just goes so well. The mix of blend of colors, the black, and the shape of the Kanohi as well just goes well with this. I really like it. Let me know which of the 2 versions of the Kanohi Kraken do you like the best? Personally, I like the first version. Let me know, guys, what you all think. At the end of the day, your opinions and comments are greatly appreciated. So, you know, hit the keyboard, guys, and let me know. So there you have it, guys. That is my BIONICLE MOC review done on my G2 Makuta Teridax. I all hope you have enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please smash that thumbs up button, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. Please, guys, send in your comments below. Let me know what you think of my set, what can be improved, what's really good about it. Does it look exactly like the Shadow Titan? Does it look exactly like the Brawler? Does it look exactly like the Overlord? Let me know, guys. Give me your thoughts. I really would like to know, so then I can somehow improve this and bring hopefully a V2 or a version 2 of this build here, as you can see. But anyway, guys, thank you again so much for supporting the channel and watching my videos. I really hope you have enjoyed this, guys. Have a great day, everyone. I will be talking to you all very, very soon. Bye bye.